Hello everyone, Daniel down here, and welcome back to the second episode of the Stanley Parable. But again, I'd like to apologize. I'm very, very sorry. I meant to record videos, but school kind of got a bit in the way, and you know the deal. School comes first, fun and other things later. So yeah, last time we did the beautiful and wonderful confusing ending. Well, how confusing truly was it?
All of his co-workers were gone. What
Gotta
could it
think about it.
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the meeting room. Actually, I'll just...
Oh, and I guess this is where Stanley felt he needed to be right now, in this little hallway. Here, with no distractions, to study room 417. Not to actually enter it. No. That would be far too forward. Stanley wanted to know it from the outside. To see it not just with his eyes, but with his heart. He would know room 417.
That clock's going counterclockwise.
Never known an office before. That ladder over there. Oh, and that little picture of a horizon or something. It's all just a never-ending parade of joy for Stanley.
Okay, I'm done here.
Ah, no, apparently not.
We're not going there. Instead...
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
We're gonna go click on random things. Now there is something in here that I'm hoping to find. Oh. I have no clue where it is.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Oh man, I just typed it into, yeah, him putting the code face punch does this. How far does this go? Like legit, I want to see how far this goes. No way, this goes on for... This probably goes on for the entire thing. Well, I would test it, but... I would rather not waste all of our time doing that. Oh!
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Oh hey, I remember this episode from... this room from last time. And you know what? It's the whiteboard ending! Thank you all so much for watching. No. Console bark. Console? Hold on. Oh, screw it.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Nope!
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Oh, sure, yeah, I like the employees lounge.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I don't like that door. We're not going in it.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Nope. Nope.
Oh, well, look who's got cold feet. Sorry to break it to you, Stanley, but that lift isn't coming back. You'd best either get comfortable right here on this platform, or test your luck by jumping to the floor below. You know what? Looking at it now, it's not that far to the bottom floor. I bet you can make it.
I mean, probably, but I don't want to pay a $5,000 fine.
Jump. Don't tell me you're scared. That's not the Stanley I know. Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it!
$5,000! $5,000! I really wish my console was working. Yeah.
Whoops. Looks like I was wrong. How clumsy of me.
I hate you. Da 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 da.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Looks like it's always going to be generating like this. Well, input was detected. Oh well.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'll listen to you for the Employee of the Year. Yeah, no, that's just a little secret. I thought it was worth it.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling
Tips for not getting fired. Tough
Stanley
left.
decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Huh. Well then. All this does not look like it should be working. At all. And this stuff is just censored. No clue why. Oh well. Oh hey, the broom closet! Okay, hold on.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Oh, I want to stay in this broom closet. I want to play with this roll of duct tape. Or this wrench, probably from TF2.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow.
But it's
Just
got
an
this
empty
beautiful and
no reason
sexy
to be
broom.
here.
Who would ever want to leave? Especially when you got this sexy broom over here. Okay, no.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
What? This broom closet's beautiful. Look at that thing up
Are
there.
you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why?
Look at this
Please
wrench.
offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
It's a beautiful room. That's why I'm in here. There's your explanation.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
So if it's no significance, why can I come in here? Why would you make
Maybe
it?
to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
Oh, they won't. Trust me. Did you guys get the broom closet ending?
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Hey, I can't complain. I mean, people are people.
Well, I've
What?
come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead.
No one will hear
He
you.
or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Well, anyways, I got no problem with what people like. I mean, you like drugs and hookers. I may not recommend it, but I'm not you, so you do you and I do me, and we won't do each other, ever.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
You want to bet?
You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Alright, fine.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, walking down the stairs. I can barely see crap down there.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours.
What?
He might be fired for that.
B
And in such a competitive
four.
economy, why had he
B4,
taken
B4,
that risk?
what?
All
The
because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley.
boom.
Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
Well, don't make this
All of my
pretty.
coworkers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. As Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did
That's a good
doors
question.
close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter,
What's in
these
freezer?
rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming!
Probably.
He yelled. This is all a dream.
Nope.
Oh, what a relief Stanley
Not
felt
all of it.
to have finally
No,
found
not
an
all.
answer, an explanation. His co-workers
I'm
were
probably gonna eat
actually
some Totinos when I'm
He
done.
wasn't going to lose his job.
I'm not sponsored
He
by
wasn't
them, shut up.
crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float
Whoa!
around. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up.
I want to close my eyes.
The weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
You see those beautiful textures? That means you're not okay. Start screaming.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I?
Who am I? No.
And everything went black.
What? No. That's not black.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work.
Okay.
On this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had strolled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like.
Oh, really?
In that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal.
Normal? What's that? Is that an alien?
My mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Okay, yeah, that happened. Yeah.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I don't miss memos. Memos miss me. That made no sense. I pushed that thing like 3 times? Oh, okay, yeah.
When Stanley came to a set of 2
Alright,
open doors,
alright.
he entered the door on his left.
Employee of the year. Still there.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave
You
of
know it's around here
disbelief,
somewhere.
Stanley decided to go up to his
This
boss's
one?
office,
No.
hoping he might find an answer
Here
there.
here it is. Mike James, you're fired.
Oh no. Oh, no, 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 not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, fine. Screw you. Screw you too.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk
I can play piano.
the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Can you hear me? I'm just shredding on the keyboard. Wait, no, that's nope, that's not right.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
8.
Stanley simply began entering random codes into the keypad, knowing full well the sheer statistical unlikelihood that this would ever result in a correct combination. If he knew that the combo was 2845, it would be another story entirely. But no, this is what forgot. But it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself, and Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Oh, I was hoping I could piss off the narrator a little more. Oh well. Let's go. My slow descent into hell is on its way. Excuse my insanity. I'm gonna have to edit out the part where I'm searching for my settings just to try and get consoles on.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Escapades! Not happening right now. Oh hey look, a chair! Oh hey look, a chair! Oh hey look, a chair! Chair!
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
No, I'm gonna do that. But in a moment. Just, you'll see why. I actually did the majority of the waiting. You're going to get the edited version. Lucky you. The things I do for other people and such. So, yeah, I'll see you in a moment. Or not! I always liked this room. But you know, I always thought I was missing something. Oh yeah, this is what I was missing. Secret, bros. Secret's the way. Welcome to the disco! This is ridiculous. Why am I here? Like, no, legit, why am I here? Okay, let's get out of here.
No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it.
The pitch
life in someone else's control.
Look at all the monitors.
It was unthinkable.
They're still
Wasn't
on.
it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
You know what? I think I'm going to acknowledge that. I don't want to control humanity. I want to burn it! And controlling humanity, I guess, might help, but it's not exactly fire.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know.
This
It was perhaps
beautiful.
the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation.
I'm not even touching the
immense
controls right
possibility
now.
of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
But the end is never the end. Now there's one more thing I want to do real quick. It's with that weird input thing. I don't really know what the heck is going on with it. So I'm gonna go do that real quick. Okay? You gotta sit here tightly questioning reality, the disco party, why you weren't invited. What? I never said you weren't invited.
Stanley had never seen
Just
the
never
office
came.
this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was.
Whoa! I was just checking this out of pure curiosity. Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast, money crisp. Okay, this place is completely useless. I am 2 for 2! Oh man. What? Yeah, we're going somewhere. Did you hear that? Yeah, I'm hearing Mayray in the background saying Stanley. Okay, you said 2 for 4 that time. Okay, it's clearly just repeating. Let's go. I hate you.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any...
Alright, I clicked it so many times. Let's see what this is. Input received. Oh. What's happening? Welcome, Stanley, to Heaven? I just hear them chanting buttons. Yes, it's just chanting buttons. Welcome to heaven. Okay. Oh. Thank you all so much for watching. This was a ridiculous episode. We found heaven. Oh, sorry. We found he. I'm gonna check for corrupted files. I really hope you enjoyed it as much as I do. If you want to show your support, please do. Comment, like, subscribe, something. And I will be seriously pondering what the heck just happened. I'm gonna go now. See you later.